G'day, welcome back to the channel. Thought I'd do a little something different this episode and do a bit more of the fabrication side of things. So starting to work on the radiator shroud. Basically it'll fill in this area here, come out probably an inch or so and sit inside of this perimeter. I'll weld a couple of mounts on and it'll slip over there, basically fit the fan on the inside. So this is the sheet here I've marked out. So these long edges here will get folded over and the hole will get cut out in the middle later on for where the fan will go. And to achieve the radius and the edges that I want, I've decided to make a MDF buck. So there's a couple sheets of 18mm MDF here that I've screwed together and I'm just about to route the edge on. Little practice radius there. So I'll film some of this and just route out the edges while we're in the process of making the buck to form the shroud. So you can see that's put a nice uniform radius all the way along the edge there. So that'll give us a nice radius on the aluminium when we start to fold it over the top of that. Now that the buck's all routed out, the next step will be to cut a piece of MDF that's just inside of the radius, and that'll clamp our working piece in between the buck and the top piece, so then we can fold it over this edge here. Now that the clamping piece is cut out, the next step, just trace the fan diameter there. So this will end up getting cut out eventually once we've got some strength in it from the bends. So now we can put some holes in this as far out to the edge, because this will, or the edge of the circle, because like I said, we'll lose this. So we'll pump some holes in this and clamp it all together. So you can see I've put the holes in it, put some long bolts through there with mudguard washers and clamped it all down tight. Time to get the trusty mallet here and give it a crack, see how it turns out. Just started softly there and noticed that I'll have to cut these reliefs a little bit longer, so I'll just trim them up. After about 20 minutes of hammering, my hand's about to fall off. But you can see it's come together pretty good. time to pull it apart. It's turning out pretty good, but you can see it's not quite, a bit hard to see on the camera there, it's not quite 90 degrees. We've got a bit of spring back. Might be easier if I go like this. So as I'm hitting it, because it's on a radius there, we've got a bit of spring back. So I'm going to counter that by trying to route maybe 5 to 10 mil from this top sheet, so we can get it to fold over better and hopefully get it all the way to 90 degrees. But it's turning out good, getting there. So I've routed that edge in. As you can see there, we've got clearance all the way around now, so we should be able to successfully get our bends all the way to 90 degrees to eliminate that spring back. Also made a mess with the router. Just taking it out of the hammer form for the last time, peeled the plastic off. Come up really neat. We achieved that 90 degrees, so we'll check if it fits now. Fits pretty good. Pretty happy with that. So I'll actually trim these sides down, make some mounts, and these will end up flush. So there'll be some blocks on the inside there that it'll tap into. And the top and the bottom will actually sit down a little bit into the core there. Pretty happy with how this has turned out in the end, with a few hand tools and a bit of woodworking and a lot of mess. Just goes to show that you don't need tens of thousands of dollars worth of machines to achieve a similar product. You know, you can do it in the back shed. Next step's going to be to make up and finish off the custom mount for the thermo fan. Work out the legs, cut the hole in it, make a ring, kind of like a bit of a tunnel there, and finish this all up. Just chucked it back into place with the radiator. Obviously it needs a bit more finessing and finishing off, but it's really starting to come together. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's turned out really good and hasn't really taken that long yet. That'll be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Let me know down in the comments if you like this style of fabrication video or you don't like it. Either way, I'll see you in the next one.